All right, we're back live, back on the main pod. Oh my God, there's so much
Yeah.
that just broke. We got Adam Driver as Magneto confirmed by APOC and My Time to Shine, I think were the two that were on there. And then right after that, Deadline reported a Nova movie was in development with Michael Waldron developing the script. That's a lot of news. I know I'm like the certified Marvel guy here, but I actually want Cole. I want you to walk me through how you're feeling right now about both of these pieces of news because these are both really huge and really important for the MCU going forward, but also like this is Marvel's opportunity to create a world post Secret Wars. These are the first couple products that are coming out after. Does it make you excited? Not excited? What are your thoughts?
Um, I think it got my adrenaline running when I
Oh,
when I first saw it.
for
I
sure.
saw because I saw it through My Time to Shine,
Yes,
and
which
it's
is
My
fake,
Time to Shine.
Loki.
So I was like, okay, this is kind of funny because um obviously My Time to Shine has been so bad for these castings. Literally said Adam Driver would be playing Reed Richards in Fantastic
Yeah,
Four, and was kind of the lead on reporting that back 3 years ago or whatever, how long ever it was. Um, so I thought nothing of it. I thought it was funny at first, and
yeah. You
then
sent it
I
in
think
chat. You were like,
yeah, because Brayden was streaming and I was modding chat, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, this is kind of funny because it's my time to shine. And usually these things I at least don't break immediately like that. Um, and then and then we saw the tweet from Apocalyptic Horseman, which who we know helped with the scoops with Nexus
yeah.
and DCU leaks, and is kind of one of the most accurate scoopers when it comes to geek culture news.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Like batting in the at
80s or
least
90s. Yeah,
80s or
I'd say
90s, right?
he's doing a good job.
Um, so I definitely think there's validity to this, um, and it really does look like they are casting for X-Men for numerous roles. So I guess this makes sense. I think it's a little shocking that the first official casting we get is is Magneto, and it kind of tells me that they've always wanted a big actor for this role.
Yes, for sure. I like coming at it from a world where we have Doctor Doom being played by Robert Downey Jr. I'm not really shocked that it's Adam Driver playing Magneto. Part of me is happy that they have a good actor because if it was either a bad actor or problematic actor or um, simply an unknown for Magneto, any of those might not have been as enticing.
Hmm.
However, it's fair to say Adam Driver's not Jewish, and that's definitely going to hurt the casting, just kind of objectively.
Oh
I
yeah.
do think I do think that Marvel was always going to have to try to figure out the question of are we going to make Magneto a Holocaust survivor? Because this movie is taking place in the 2020s in the MCU, almost certainly. At a certain point, Magneto's just too old. And I think they could have played it like, okay, he's a mutant, he doesn't age as much. I think that would have been a great strategy for them to take. It's clearly not the strategy they're taking with Adam Driver. That guy is even 50. I don't even think he's 50 yet. So he's quite young still. Um, and like I just have a lot of mixed feelings. Uh,
Right.
Taking aside the Adam Driver stuff, the Nova stuff is cool. I actually quite like Michael Waldron. A lot of people don't. And I don't think he's like the greatest writer on the MCU or anything, but he did develop Loki. He did develop, I think, parts of Doctor Strange 2 and WandaVision. All of those projects are pretty solid. Um,
I am not sold on Michael Waldron.
Nova is a
Um,
character that definitely can like get audiences in theaters. You just have to promote it correctly because he is definitely a C-lister, but I think enough people know
well,
him.
you read the deadline report.
Yes.
So we decided to make this stream based off the Adam Driver news because it's probably since APOC reported it. I'm guessing that the trades are going to cooperate it in
Yeah.
a little while. So we kind of wanted to get ahead of that. And then when I'm making the thumbnail for this, Brayden's like, oh,
Not the presses.
Deadline literally just dropped that Michael Waldron is penning the a Noah film, not a
Yeah,
series, a film, which is an interesting take, uh, in my opinion. Or it's not an interesting take, but it's interesting. It's an interesting move post COVID because a lot of these lesser known characters are not doing well in the box office.
sure.
Um, and then you said you read the report. Is there anything else? You said he might be directing it.
Let me pull up the report because that was what people in DC Leaks were saying, but I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate to the report from what I
Okay.
very briefly read. Um, Marvel Studios was not reached for comment. Yes, he was on board to pen the script with eye to directing the project if it moves forward. So they're going to write the script, they're going to see if it's good enough, and then from there, they'll decide if he's directing it or not. Um, he the
So they're
pitch
so they're having conversations about him directing it.
the pitch for a show was shelved last year, apparently, according to this report. He
Okay.
also Waldron co-wrote Avengers Doomsday. He did write
Right.
Doomsday.
Which we
Um,
do not know how. We don't know the quality of that yet.
we do not know the
But
quality of Doomsday. He also just worked on a movie of, or sorry, Chad Powers with Glenn Powell. So that might be potential
yeah,
Nova
that's kind
casting.
of.
I would
Uh,
be down for Glenn Powell for sure.
I don't know how I feel about Michael Waldron as a whole as a director. I
Sure.
think that's really. I don't think he's direct. I'm looking on his IMDb. He hasn't directed a single thing in his life.
I don't think he'll direct it. I think that that might just be Deadline getting a little giddy. Now, I do want to
Yeah.
address what hashtag Pi was talking about with Nicholas Chavez possibly playing Cyclops. Have I know that I from what I've heard that they're in negotiations with someone for Cyclops. Is that right? Like they've been talking with actors.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't
I
I
would
don't
imagine
remember.
so.
I mean,
If they're casting for Magneto now, then I would imagine so.
yes, I assume Cyclops would be on that team because he seems to be a focal point of Doomsday as Marston's playing Cyclops. I assume some of those characters are to create a sense of okay, these are some of the X-Men we're going to be seeing in the future. Um, Thank you for suggesting me for Cyclops, Gustavo. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, I think the X Men movie though would take place in the current timeline in the MCU. We're in 2028 as of Doomsday, so it's pretty much with modern time for the most part. They're off by a few years. I don't know if that'll change post Secret Wars, but they could change it post Secret Wars, I guess, if they wanted to. Um,
Hmm.
I agree with Pi in that like I do think that they want Magneto to grow old, and so that's why they're doing a younger actor. But
Yeah.
Sam just brought up a good point where, yeah, like he is also just not Jewish, and
Yeah,
that
let's stick
is,
on the Magneto topic because I think that's the big headliner here.
oh, of course, yeah,
Um, yeah, he's Adam Driver is not Jewish, and I think, especially after Robert Downey Jr. Uh, playing a Romani character,
yeah,
I think. I mean, Marvel definitely felt confident they could do it because they got away with it with Robert Downey Jr. Obviously,
they haven't
um,
yet. The movies have not come out yet.
the movie has not come out yet, but we all know it's going to make $1 billion at least.
Oh yeah,
So, and the general audience was delighted by that move, and I think they will be um, for this casting as well because it's a popular actor who's really good, playing a notable character. But I think the thing that people don't understand is the context surrounding these characters and why they are villains in the first place and why they do what they do. And with Doom and Magneto, it's very pivotal, and I really don't know how they're going to adapt Magneto, considering he was a Holocaust victim, and
right.
Adam
Well,
Driver, who's not old, he's young, playing a character from the in the 2020s, I guess.
like
So
that's a good point. Like that is literally to the core of Magneto's story. They didn't even wash that in the original trilogy for X-Men. Like they were intent on making him a Holocaust victim then too, which I felt would have been, or Holocaust survivor. I keep saying victim. He didn't die in the Holocaust, obviously. Um, they made that a core point of that trilogy as well. Um, and like in my opinion, Fox 2000s, like they totally could have just retconned it then if they wanted to. In today's day and age, I don't think you can retcon it, and it looks like Marvel might do that. It's possibly time displaced. That could be part of it. It'd be weird, but it wouldn't be impossible. I do think that that's how the comics are maybe going to approach it, where either he's aging slowly, as Massip just said there.
Yeah.
Could be that he ages slowly. He could age slowly. He could be time displaced like Captain America was. I think that's how they'll solve it in the comics. They'll have him also be like frozen or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, if I mean, you said before the stream, you said you didn't even really want them now to tackle this story because of Adam Driver being the casting. I feel
Uh,
like that's not a good take,
can you say
in
that
my
again?
opinion.
Sorry, I
So
was
so
distracted.
you said before the stream to me, you said I'm airing it out a little bit, but I do think it's a take worth mentioning that you would actually rather them just not tackle it at all because Adam Driver's the one playing Magneto. That
Oh, I
like
didn't say that.
oh, I'm sorry. What did you say then? I don't want to misquote you.
I don't think I don't think I said that
Okay.
or anything
I,
close to that.
okay. My bad.
I think they need to adapt Magneto in an X Men property. I think it's pretty important just as much as Charles Xavier is. Um,
Yes.
I mean, they didn't have to. I guess you don't have to show Magneto in the first film, but I think you need Magneto in it. You're starting with a whole new X Men, right? And Magneto needs to come up, whether that's X Men One or X Men Two at the very latest.
Yeah.
But
Oh, for sure.
I do think they should have Magneto in this first film. Uh, I guess My Time to Shine said he's playing the villain, right?
Okay, so he's not going to be on the side of the X-Men. I will say something, actually. The concept art for Doomsday shows that Ian McKellen's version of Magneto is an X-Man. He has the X on like a belt.
I think
Um,
that makes sense. I think
that
that
makes
makes
sense
sense
for where
for
they are
this.
in that timeline.
Yeah,
And it's going to be a weird contrast for basically 2 years later in an X-Men movie to have Magneto be the villain again, but I guess I
right.
get it. But yeah, Sam, like you're really that's true. Like I think that's the whole reason why this casting is divisive is because it's a Jewish character who
Yep.
is not being played by a Jewish actor, and the way that they're doing it makes me think that they're not even really going to touch on the Holocaust
They
or the
they
social
might scrap
commentary
his
behind it,
origins. They might just flat out change his origins given this
just
because
to make it more palatable
he's
for modern day. But
he's young here. I mean, how old is
yeah,
Charles Xavier going to be? Is he going to be Adam Driver age?
have we heard any rumors of who they're looking for? Because if I were
No.
to guess, he'd be mid 40s now.
I know they said, or I know Giancarlo Esposito has been campaigning to play him, but
That would not
that
make sense.
this seems like Charles Xavier himself is going to be much younger. Again, this is a casting that was like you, I, it just doesn't make sense. It makes sense in a capacity that's like X Men First Class Magneto,
Right. Yes.
in terms of age,
It could be
um,
set in the 60s, but then why is Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey? You know?
that's a good point.
Because like she's
That's
gonna be in that movie, right? She's in
because
Secret Wars, she's in
apparently
Brand New
Sadie
Day,
Sink is in Brand New Day, and apparently, I mean, it's not confirmed, but I guess it's
but
kind
there
of
was there was thoughts that she would maybe be in the X-Men movie as well, because she'd be playing the new Jean Grey. Is she also
oh
time
yeah.
displaced? Are they all time displaced? Like that, but that feels so lazy. Like it feels I don't know.
It seems like you're just throwing casting out there, popular casting to just have that popularity. in your
Yeah.
movies, and that works to a degree. But
Oh, for sure.
how are you going to navigate these age disparities, and how are you going to
Right.
explain them? And that'll really influence your story. And
So
I think, oh, go
the
ahead.
part I was gonna say the part that I think is really wrapping my head around it is that you cannot write yourself into a hole. I am afraid that they are now writing themselves into a hole with Adam Driver being Magneto because you have to cover it in a way that either you ignore him being a Holocaust survivor, which I think is
Right.
bad, or you
Hmm.
just do it with him not being a Jewish actor, which I think you can do, and you'll get criticism, but you can do it. And in my opinion, that is their best option now. Um, but yeah, like it's everyone's in the chat talking about Marvel Studios also fumbling other like Jewish characters. Um,
Yep.
Billy, they fumbled. I don't think they did they
Joe
did make him
Locke.
Jewish, but I don't think Joe Locke was Jewish, and they
The
could just do the
actor
same thing
the
again.
actor was not Jewish.
The actor was not Jewish, but they did make Billy Jewish as a character. Like I'm not
And,
Jewish. Like
and same
I'm not
with
gonna
Moon Knight,
speak.
right?
I mean, yeah, I don't think Oscar Isaac's Jewish. They really didn't touch on Moon Knight at all, though. They had one
Right.
scene where he was
Right.
wearing,
Ayanka.
yeah, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was one scene, uh, and I'm not very familiar with Moon Knight aside from the show. I have a feeling that he's fairly like that his Jewish identity is fairly important to the character. Um, much similar, I think, to how like Charlie Cox kind of, or not Charlie Cox, sorry, Matt Murdock kind of needs to be Catholic, but also like Catholicism is not necessarily an ethnicity in the same way that like Judaism or Jewish people are as well. You know, like
Right.
so you can if it's just a religious thing, there's ways of casting around that, but that's not what we're doing here. Which I think a lot of people are going to be confused and be like, oh, it's but it's not. Also, that's not the only debate here at hand. Um,
I'm just looking at my Twitter replies right now. It's like,
Tell them to join the stream
uh,
and talk about it.
well,
I am excited to see
half
everyone's
half the
reactions.
replies are like really confused. And in case you weren't here earlier, this was reported by, I guess, first reported by My Time to Shine. But if you don't trust My Time to Shine, it was also reported by uh, APOC from previously Nexus Point News, and then DCU Leaks. So, and then half the other replies are like, "There's no way this is true," and they're not buying it. And I think that's kind of the sentiment we're going to be seeing. I don't know if the trades are going to report this today or not. It kind of sounds like the Nova News was kind of cover up for this. It was kind of like
They were
brushing
quick
it
with
to the
it if
side.
that's the case, though. I mean,
They were quick with it, yeah.
like really
Because
quick.
when did? Let me see when My Time to Shine dropped it.
The
Because
Nova News dropped at 3:45 Eastern time. So Ian McKellen is not
this
Jewish,
was
and he
3:07.
did play Magneto very well. I would personally just say that. Um, I'm again, there's always
Yeah.
issues with not casting a Jewish actor to play a Jewish character, but they also didn't shy away from yes, at least they acknowledged it and made sure it was essential to his character. They could do that with Driver. That is, it's a fair point to make that Marvel Studios can still do that. But the question becomes: this is now yet another time that Marvel has casted um, a non-Jewish actor. Marvel Studios, even just in general, has cast non-Jewish actors to play Jewish actors. It's a clear problem. Even if they
Mhm.
can acknowledge that they are Jewish in the movie or show, is that enough? And I think personally, it's not. Um, just like how RDJ obviously not being Romani was a bad look.
Right.
Um, there is again, according to Feige, according to RDJ, according to everyone who worked on Doomsday and Secret Wars, there's a plot reason for it, and we have to see. Obviously, I don't want to judge immediately before watching, but like if there's a plot reason for it, it might still be a bad writing decision anyway, and that would kind of demean the entire casting as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, uh, I think there's so many things that don't make sense with this,
Yeah,
and if you want to brush the the non-Jewish ethnicity to the side, which you shouldn't, but
yeah.
it's worth talking about at the very least. Same with Ian McKellen, same with Michael Fassbender. Um, the age just throws me off here. Like I don't know where this story is gonna go, which I don't need to because we don't know anything about the story. But it does concern me a little bit, and this is a movie that I've been very hyped for because I love the X-Men.
Me too. Yeah.
Um, I just I just don't know how they're going to do the age disparities like this, and I guess Charles Xavier is going to be in his 40s from the
Was that
looks of
reported, or is that just like your
that. Well, that's my assumption because
it's your
Adam
assumption?
Driver is Magneto.
I mm, I had a really like crackpot theory that I was about to push out, but I think it's stupid anyway. I was gonna say, what if they don't make Adam Driver, or they don't make Magneto part of the Holocaust? What if it's instead like a gay rights thing? And I know Adam Driver isn't gay, but like,
They should do
what if
that.
it's like a romantic thing between him and Xavier, and that's what they're going with now?
Yeah, but you're changing his story up so much.
But you'd be changing his story up, and also you'd be using gay people as like a writing crutch, which would be even worse. And that wasn't like
Yeah.
that was literally off my head. I was trying to figure out what they would be doing with this casting.
I mean, they could just make it say that Magneto doesn't age. Maybe he has uh, the type of thing that Captain America got or whatever. Like I guess I mean that's not his character at all, and that's not a power he has at all. I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't think he's ever had that ageless capacity ever. Um, which I guess
Besides,
they could do. I mean,
I was gonna say
I,
besides maybe like in the comics, maybe they were just like, oh, they age a little slower because they're mutants. I don't think that there was anything explicit.
I mean, if even if he aged slower, like it doesn't make sense. I
Yeah,
mean, because it's like almost a century at this point, and he's Adam Driver's like what 40,
43.
so 43. Um,
Sam, you funny by the way. That's hilarious. That was
what is
funny.
Sam
He
say?
said Nat was like, they're not gonna do gay rep like that, and I'm like, yeah. And then Sam was like, they already did that in Endgame, and he's talking about gay Joe Russo,
Uh,
where he has it for a line.
right. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I have no idea what they're gonna do with Magneto, and I have no this means I also have no idea what they're gonna do with Charles Xavier and how they're going to do the age disparities.
I'm I'm honestly almost morbidly curious now. Like I don't. Obviously, the general audience is going to love this. I don't really think
Oh yeah, yeah.
anyone. Oh my God! Wait. Do you know Joe on Twitter? HC Joe 03. Have you heard of that? He's like friends with Soups, or used to be friends with Soups, I think.
I don't think so.
He just tweeted out something, and I want to give him credit for it. If this is true, I wonder if the MC reboot will be set in the 80s or 90s.
Oh, you know what? I do know Joe.
Like the whole thing, that could be a really interesting idea. Um, that could be a
Ooh,
that could be a really good idea, and that could cut out any problems that you would have, other than him simply just not being a
I don't
Jewish
know. I don't know
casting.
if they'll do that though. I mean, so you're just gonna have Jean Grey exist in this time before she was even born in the other in the other universe,
Well, then she
Brand New
could be
Day.
time displaced
But again,
in Brand New Day
I don't think
and
there should
universe
be time
displaced.
displacements in X Men. They should not be having this problem.
They did kind of
They
write
don't
themselves into a
need
problem that doesn't need to
they don't
happen. I
need to
agree.
have this problem unless it's very pivotal to the story and they made it so. But then it
Yeah,
sounds like they're just writing the story to try to get popular castings on board. I just
I
I
agree
don't
that
know.
people would get sick of the vibe of the 80s, 90s. But also, yeah, retrofuturistic main timeline could be kind of cool. And they
I
did
think that
soft
would
launch
be
that with
cool.
Fantastic Four. That was 60s
I I
retrofuturistic.
think that would be cool, but the problem is they have Jean Grey in current time.
I know, but I watch Brand
You're
New Day to
going
find
to
out, I guess. I mean, I don't.
it's
Joe
like
Luck was
brand
gay
new
in Agatha. Yes.
like
Billy Maximoff was gay.
brand new day is going to transport us back into the 80s and 90s, and we're
I
and then
mean,
we're
they
gonna
could
have
do
the
it in the
full
60s. They could do like a whole like
and
Silver
then
Age, like
yeah
60s world. They could all go to the retrofuturistic Fantastic Four, and that could be the new area for the MCU to operate in. Um,
I that's a good point. I think the X-Men could work in the Fantastic Four universe,
you know what I'm saying? And I
and
understand, like, you're always going to have this discussion because also RDJ could still be Doom after this is all said. I don't think he should be,
mhm.
but he still could be, and that's going to be a question too. But I would like that idea, and if that's what they're doing with this, at least that is cool, and that is a risk. That is a creative risk to do that.
As Sam
Um,
said, Sadie Sink in the 80s. Where have I seen those before?
maybe that's why
That's
she
funny.
signed. Maybe that's why they cast her. They're like, we know you can play in
True.
the '80s. But then also like your end game of that universe could be set in the '70s, right? And that's then you don't have to worry about timeline shenanigans so much. You know, like you don't have to worry about oh this project's set during 2030 or whatever. Like
Yeah, you
okay, you're just
you
in
could
the
have Jean
'70s.
Grey, Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey
Hmm.
in a complete other universe, in a different time. I guess it doesn't. It, that doesn't really make sense, but it could be passable. I
It could
think.
also all be like a post Secret Wars retcon too. Like this could just be absolute BS right
Mm.
now, and then it becomes a retcon post Secret Wars, which would be confusing, but they could do it, and it probably wouldn't be that bad. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know that the retro futuristic concept of it being in the '60s and it being a retro futuristic thing. I think that could bode really well.
It could.
Um, I do believe that this is still a miscast, but I also believe the RDJ Doom was a miscast, and we can both agree those are still really good actors.
Right.
Marvel is clearly going for name cred over necessarily being able to do the role perfectly. And I think that's a bad idea, especially when you have plenty of Jewish actors that could play Magneto very well, especially when you have plenty of Romani
Yeah.
actors that could play Doom well. But in a world where you cannot make money off your movies unless you just have a ton of stars in them, and you need reasons for people to go out and see it, I I hate to say it, but these are smart business decisions for Marvel. Um, it's bad for the art. It's bad for potentially the movies as a whole, but it's good business decisions. And I'm not shocked that Kevin Feige of all
It
people is
gets
making those
general
decisions.
audiences invested.
I mean,
Um,
RDJ was such a big that was such a big thing.
but the thing is, I think there's a very popular name out there on the level of Adam Driver who is older and Jewish. Like
Yeah.
there's plenty of options here for Magneto, especially. Um, it just
I I,
I'm
I do
confused
want
by
to
this news.
I want to address what Sam said. Obsession made 440 million. That's true. But there are a million obsessions that do not make near that amount of money. And if we want to sit here and say that Obsession is the way of the future for movies, where it's just it's just good art. Good art will just make money. I've got a bridge to sell you. That's just not the way this industry is currently working. There's plenty of movies that flop that are great films, and either they're too expensive or simply put, not enough people are watching them in the theaters. There's plenty of bad movies that still make a shit ton of money when they shouldn't. And we're seeing a decent trend right now of like Moana's going to flop, and I think that that's a good thing overall because that's an uncreative movie. Mandalorian and Grogu, as much as I like Star Wars, that was not a good movie, and it did not deserve to make money. Um, but I do think that it makes sense to put rising stars in your movie or already fully established actors in your movie that's about the X-Men. Like I feel like that just makes sense. And that is the best way to make money aside from it also just being good.
Right, but you don't have to do Adam Driver for that, or you
You
could
don't.
cast Adam Driver in another
And
role.
as Mr. Sinister, which this could be a fake out. I could see
That's
that
what
being
I
possible.
thought it would be because My Time to Shine said, um, My Time to Shine said he would be playing a villain, and then I told you about it, and on a stream I think you said, um, yeah, My Time to Shine didn't reveal Magneto. That was APOC. My Time to Shine Hello just said villain, and you said
Yeah.
Mr. Sinister. You thought it was
Mr.
Mr.
Sinister
Sinister,
would have made
which
sense to me.
I thought it would have. I thought that would have made sense.
APOC just
Um,
posted something.
what did APOC post?
I think it might have been a reply. Oh no, it was just a reply. That's my bad.
Okay.
Just a reply saying appreciate you on the Magneto post.
Oh, are you being for real? Or and then he said, "Yep."
Yeah.
Yeah, APOC is a very good friend of mine, and I trust APOC.
I'm actually
Like
surprised Jeff Snyder didn't
100%.
sit on this. I'm not gonna lie.
Jeff Snyder is usually on top of these, especially X-Men.
Yes.
So
They need to stop rocking these insane budgets. Hard agree. Um, the only movies that warrant the budgets that they have at this point are Avengers, and it's solely because you have to pay 4 quadrillion actors. Um, Other than that, I don't think any movie. I guess maybe actually I'll say maybe Spider-Man. Those are the two you could literally drain insane amounts of money on because they're just going to make insane amounts of money back. X-Men can be like that, not immediately. Um,
mm,
and it is true that big stars increase that budget. Like now I can expect X-Men to be a 250 movie, maybe 225, but that's still a lot.
are you saying
Um,
opening weekend?
no, I'm saying budget.
Oh, budget,
I'm
budget.
saying like
Okay.
250 for the budget, maybe
I think
225.
I think I was gonna say Fantastic Four numbers, but then I remembered how big this cast is going to be.
Well,
Uh,
that's typical of an X-Men movie though, to have a huge ensemble cast. But how
yeah,
much did Fantastic Four first
it
steps?
was kind of on the lowish side, but not.
Was it
Um,
just 200 flat?
no, it wasn't two
It
hundred.
the gross was 229, but the net was 181 for the budget.
So what was the budget?
So I think the net is what you go off of, um,
Okay,
because you
and
get
you said one eighty
reimbursed.
nine,
It's 181 because you get
one
reimbursed
eighty one.
for a tax credit.
Okay,
So the real budget is about 230, but they got $40 million essentially off of that. So
right.
it's 180 is what it translates to at that point.
Um, I think they definitely shoot this in the UK and get those
Oh
tax
yeah,
credits. If Fantastic Four cost without tax credits, what was it? 200, 220,
230.
230. Mm, it's going to be at least 250 then without the tax credits, and I think it'll maybe
And then
net two.
with tax, you maybe get to two. Yeah,
I think you maybe get to two.
I
But
agree. So
again,
actually, on that,
it's not really a risk, especially if they're casting uh, all of these popular actors. I think this movie will
make a
make
billion
money. It could.
or like 900.
I
It could be
don't
Doctor
I
Strange
don't
two
know I
numbers.
don't know if it'll make a billion post COVID, but I think
Okay.
it's certain to make at least at least 700 million maybe.
And with two, if you get, yeah, yeah, that
I
number,
think
those numbers
I
shake
think
out.
I think it's probably going to be around 800 to 900, and depending on how good it is, I could see it going above 1 billion.
So Resident AJ asked, "Do we think they will confirm this at San Diego Comic Con this year?" Yes. I also,
Oh yeah,
we're gonna be live for Marvel's panel,
we will be live.
and it'll be like a longer and crazier version of this because this is a random Monday, and we got all this news,
Yep.
and y'all highballing like crazy, buddy. I'm telling you right now, the next movie is making cash.
X-Men is making money.
I don't.
Especially
It's gonna
since
be
they're
a tentpole Marvel
casting
movie. Yeah,
they cast Adam Driver as Magneto, and they're probably that's the villain. They're probably gonna go pretty high on these X-Men actors on the team. Uh,
I mean, a calm 700
and
mil is still
and
that's 700
and
mil.
and
Like,
I am predicting that we will get a whole slate of castings for this movie at San Diego Comic Con because I think, judging by the fact that the trades haven't reported this, I think Marvel has been trying to save these castings for
yeah.
San Diego for like a Robert Downey Jr. type uh, event, but obviously with the whole team. Uh, so I think it kind of does suck that we're getting these leaked before the event,
We
but
just get the hype a little bit earlier. I don't see
yeah.
a main issue with that, to
Loki,
be honest.
Loki, Adam Driver being announced now kind of saves them a little bit because
Yeah, because now
I
you
feel
already know
like
that's happening, and you
when
can
you got
kind
all
of
the
quell the
when you
storm a
have
little.
all the attention on you on your event and you announce it there,
Right.
then same with Robert Downey Jr., which had a lot of popularity behind it with general audiences, but it was the online sentiment that didn't take it too happy. Uh, so I think this kind of pulls the band-aid a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, they'll have other castings. So I'm sure if we're getting Magneto now, I'm sure we're getting other castings at San Diego.
Jessa Zion playing Rogue has been reported. I don't know how accurate that is,
Who
but that
reported
has
that?
been. I think my time to shine. I don't. Other ones have as well, but um, I definitely think that that's a possibility.
Hmm,
Uh,
I don't know.
Marvel has Doomsday, Secret Wars, and X Men for San Diego Comic Con, and motherfuckers want DC to show up. DC can't compete. I don't. It's not DC's year to compete, to be honest with you. All their big
No.
stuff is next year. I think if Marvel comes out swinging in 2027 for San Diego Comic Con and DC doesn't, then there's a conversation to be had.
So
But
Marvel usually does a big event every other year,
yeah,
and I think it'll be helpful if DC
does
was
the other year?
did perform the other year.
Yeah,
And I
I can
think
see
I
that
think
happening
they
too.
definitely could. I prefer them to do DC fandom. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't really care for San Diego, especially since DC fandom you have the fans there watching everything. Um,
Yeah.
and I guess it was kind of um, it was during COVID, so they just tried to have a San Diego Comic Con online virtually, but I think it will work in a post COVID setting. I think it can. We haven't really seen it
No, it was solely during COVID, right?
solely. They only did it
Yeah.
for 2 years.
I also want to just quickly say that D23 is happening August 14th. And that could be more Marvel news. That could
They
be some Star Wars
usually
news there as
they
well.
usually don't do much on D23.
They announced
After,
three shows in 2022, I believe, or 2021, or 20.
no,
I
no,
don't know. It's one of the
I meant
years.
after they do a big San Diego
San
event.
Diego Comic Con. Yeah, that's true.
If they skip out on Hall H, then they will probably reveal stuff there.
Yeah. Well,
But
I think
obviously,
D23
you
is
want
also every other year.
is it on? Oh,
I could
interesting.
be wrong though.
I could see if they don't finish casting for X Men, I could see the rest of the casting there.
I think they're gonna fit. I think they're doing it right now to have it to announce at San Diego Comic
I
Con.
don't. I don't know. I don't know if you can. Um,
It depends. How many do they already have
because
locked
it's a
in?
full team. Well, we don't
How many
know,
did they do
but
when they did Jean Grey? Do you think that they did Cyclops when they cast Sadie Sink?
it's a full team, and uh, San Diego Comic Con is next week. So you have to get you got to have deals complete. That takes a while. Um, like even after it's reported on the trades, they're usually not set in stone, and they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to work out um, minor details in their contracts. But for this, they'll have to get those minor details done, and then they'll have to pay for their transportation, booking, etc. That's a whole big deal with San Diego Comic Con. Um, So I think they definitely get like at least 3 or 4 bare minimum castings.
Right.
I for a full X Men team, including Magneto and Charles Xavier, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be probably like 12 people, I would say, to announce, give or take.
Yeah,
Because X-Men
maybe
is
not
pretty big.
12, but
X-Men's pretty big. Maybe not 12, maybe more like 9,
they
but
could be starting with a smaller team though.
how small? Like the original Avengers only had 6, but I think X-Men would do a little bit more than that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe
It could be a
not.
big
Maybe not.
team.
But
Um,
um actors would be crazy, but I don't think they're that far along unless they've been there for a while. They might just announce the team. That's a good point too. It might literally just be like, we know that
well, that's
Cyclops,
what they did for Thunderbolts, right?
Beast.
Or no, they did reveal
No, everyone
actors
was already cast for Thunderbolts, so there was no need
Yeah,
to announce anything really. Just this is the team.
right.
This
Mm,
is the Sam MCU outclassing the MCU right now. It might just be. It might just be.
perhaps.
Um,
Um,
I can't wait for you to record your videos for us, man, and talk about your creative ideas that you've had for an MCU. Do you think they'd
facts.
announce Sadie as Jean Grey at San Diego Comic Con?
That's tough though, because you don't want to reveal because they haven't been revealing who Sadie Sink is playing in Brand New Day.
We all know it's her, though. I
We
think they
all
just do it.
know, but
I think they just
they
do it.
I don't think general audiences know though.
I think my
Like
parents know,
they,
and that's typically where I'm like, okay,
could you
like,
tell your
okay. I did not tell my parents.
so your parents straight up said, "Oh, I heard Sadie Sink is playing Jean
Mm-hmm.
Grey."
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty
My
sure.
my parents would not even know who that is.
Maybe my parents are less general audience than I think. I
Could
don't know.
be. Um, but yeah, I think we're good on this topic. I think we've said what we need to say. What we needed to say. I think we can finish up with Nova.
Yeah, I mean, briefly just discussing the Nova movie. It was going to be a series. It's been in development hell for like a decade. Right along there with Blade, except not as reported on because truthfully, Blade is just a more important property. Um, I am not sold on Michael Waldron, but I do think that he has been good with most of the MCU that he's worked on. Um, like I don't have no issues with Loki or WandaVision or Doctor Strange too. I think that he did work well on a lot of those. I know that Sam in particular wanted to mention because he loves Doctor Strange too. That Sam Raimi did a lot of that too, and I think that that's fair. But Michael Waldron has been sort of the architect of the multiverse, which I do think has been good for Marvel. Like in the way that it works, I think it's made sense. Maybe we can argue they're not using it properly, but I do think that the actual rules of the multiverse have been well established. I don't know.
I think they will announce this movie at San Diego Comic Con. I think that's
I think
when
they're going to
they.
reveal their 2028 slate, and
But yeah,
I
I guess
think
that makes sense.
Nova's the last movie there is what I would guess.
Michael
Nova is the
Waldron
last movie
is
in 2028.
Michael Waldron is a fast writer, but
Yep.
his projects are hit or miss, and that's the issue. He actually started off on Rick and Morty, right? And then Marvel picked him
Yes,
up from Rick and Morty
because they do a lot of time
for Multiverse of
shenanigan.
Madness. I think was no Loki was first, right? And then Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I will say that it has been rumored by Caleb Williams, who does Night Edge Media, that in addition to Adam Driver, Patrick Wilson is playing Professor X.
And he's saying that as a confirmation on
That
his
is
end.
a rumor. I am trying to read right now.
Patrick
Uh,
Wilson.
it just says rumor. Uh, I got it because Alex Perez retweeted it. APOC has not said anything, and neither has any of the other normal scoopers. And I'm not super familiar with Caleb Williams as
Let's wait on that one. Patrick
yes,
Wilson.
Patrick Wilson of Aquaman and Insidious fame. Yes.
I don't know how I
That's
feel
a
about
rumor.
that.
I don't think that that's as
I I don't think that's true. That's definitely not true.
um
Patrick Wilson is not playing Charles Xavier.
okay, Patrick Wilson not being British
Has
though,
he
I don't think that
has he
matters
ever
too
been
much.
has he ever been bald?
Because
I want to see
I
him
don't think
bald.
I don't think Xavier is British.
Dude,
I
he's
think
this dude has never shaved his head.
they made Charles Xavier British for the movies. I do not think he's actually British
I don't think he needs
because
to
he's
be
not
British.
British. He's not British in X-Men '97, from what I could recall. Just thinking about, yeah, no, he's not British.
He does no, he doesn't need to be British. I'm not.
They just made him British in the X-Men movies.
Hmm. If
Um,
if it's true, then
I think that that's fine casting, Loki. I think that's perfectly fine.
all right.
I'm
In
gonna
my,
be honest.
I circled it through. I don't know if I don't think it's true.
Just based off of what you read from the report.
Um, no, I asked someone.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we can disregard that then.
It could be true.
It could be true. Okay,
They
that's
just
not helpful.
they just don't know. But
Um, that's fine.
but I I don't think I'd be on board with that at all. I think that's terrible.
I disagree completely. I think that would be perfectly fine. Um,
No way does Patrick Wilson give off anything to do with Charles Xavier.
I think he could easily play Charles Xavier. No, the Adam Driver casting is true. As far as we can tell, it's true. We're talking about a new Patrick Wilson Charles Xavier rumor that I literally just got in my feed as I was looking through
Yeah,
Twitter to
I'd
see
be
what people were
careful
talking
with
about.
Caleb Williams and Alex Perez.
All right, fair enough.
They
Um,
I mean they've gotten stuff right before. They're just not pinpoint accurate as someone like APOC or the I guess the trades. I can't really think of any other leaguers who are very pinpoint accurate. Um, but yeah, I guess Patrick Wilson's age would make sense with Adam Driver's paired up. But again, I don't like how they're both really young.
yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna do a young Magneto, you do need to do a young Professor X. I feel very
Oh
confident in
yeah,
that.
they I
So
think they have to now.
if we say absolutely he is playing Magneto, I think you also have to have a 40-something-year-old as Charles Xavier. Um, yeah, I think that's enough for this because that was just a rumor that
Yeah,
literally popped up on my feed, and I wanted to quickly talk about it.
moving back to Nova.
Just briefly, finishing up thoughts on Nova here. I think overall, I like that it's a movie. I think shows are good to adapt lesser known characters. I think that's what DC's gonna have to do. I think that's what Marvel's gonna have to do. I think Nova's one of those movies where you bite the bullet and you just see if audiences will watch it. And if they do,
It could turn out like Guardians of the Galaxy.
right, if they do watch the movie, then there you go. You can make another Nova movie probably. You can keep it going. If
I
not,
just I definitely don't think it's it's going to be a good movie at all if Michael Waldron is
if Michael
directing it.
Waldron's directing it, I think that's fair. Um,
It's I mean he's been paired up with really good directors, with Multiverse of Madness obviously and Sam Raimi, who have kind of carried that with their vision.
yeah,
I know we've debated. Well, I don't think you and I have, but people have debated if Sam Raimi is an auteur. Um,
that's true.
but and I do think he is. I think he brings
Yeah,
a very
you convinced
specific
me. You convinced me on that one. I'll
he
admit.
brings a very specific vision to anything he's doing that can influence that can shape how a script was written in the first place.
Yeah.
And he's not going to let a studio influence his visual aesthetic at all. which I think is really a really positive thing. For Nova, if it's going to be a film, I mean, we could have the director being announced at San Diego. I don't know, but um, who would you want to see as a director? I'm
For
curious.
Nova?
Yeah,
Oh, geez. I wouldn't be shocked if they try to go in-house, to be honest, and try to grab someone who's already
who
done
they
a Marvel
have in
Studios project
house?
before.
Because Ryan Coogler is working on Black
No, it
Panther
wouldn't be
3.
Coogler. It wouldn't be Kluger. He'd do.
Jack Schrader is working on X Men.
I
Uh,
know who I'd want to, but I don't think that she'd want to do it.
oh, who directed Fantastic Four? Matt Shackman. What's he doing?
Shackman, I think is doing something different. I can check. He's not doing something at the studio currently.
Okay.
Because I think that's why he's not doing a Fantastic Four sequel right now is because he's doing other stuff. Um,
I think you gotta
I
have
lied.
a very. I think you need a big name for Nova.
He's doing a miniseries right now, but that's it. He's not doing anything else. So he low key.
It could be Matt Shackman. That might be what Marvel wants, but you gotta have someone to really spearhead this thing. And I don't think going in house and kind of low tier kind of does that for you. I
Was
mean,
Shackman doing an
I
Apes
think
movie?
I think obviously they're going to go big name for the character.
He is doing an Apes movie. That's right. That got reported 2 months ago.
Who is?
That's my bad. Shackman's doing a Planet of the Apes movie.
Okay. Well, I think they go with someone outside of the house. Maybe Disney, but like
Yeah, like
outside of
say
Marvel.
I was gonna say I know who I want to direct the movie. But I don't think that she'd want to do it, and that was going to be Nia DaCosta. Give her a redemption after the Marvels, but I don't think she wants to work with
I'd
with
be
Marvel right now.
I'd be down for that. I also want her for Wonder Woman, but yeah,
I
I
would
don't
pay her
think
more. I mean,
after after what Marvel did to Nia DaCosta and kind of threw her under, or at least the media did with her, um, the Marvels. I mean, she did work on a Disney film after Bone Temple. That was after the Marvels, right? Or was that before
what was? Sorry,
the Bone Temple?
Bone Temple was well before the Marvels.
Oh, was it?
Bone Temple came out in 2026.
Yeah. So that's a Disney film, right? Oh, it's not. Never mind.
Is
I
it?
thought that was a Disney film.
It's Sony. No,
Okay,
it's Sony.
so yeah, she might not want anything to do with Disney. I can't lie.
Bro, I love Ryan Coogler as a director. Gustavo, stop this BS. Stop this nonsense. Ridiculous nonsense. Um, yeah, I agree, Cartier. I think a
I
director is
could
what could get a lot of
I
people
could see
on board.
Ryan Gosling as Nova.
I could see
Um,
Glenn Powell. If they're gonna have Waldron write it,
they're
why not
gonna
have
they're gonna go with
Waldron
one of
work with
those.
Glenn Powell?
They're going to go with one of those names: Ryan Gosling, uh,
You need the star
Glenn
power for it,
Powell.
yeah. But let me tell you
Um,
something. If Gosling is a main
you,
character in Starfighter, what's to say he's not gonna have a role in other Star Wars movies?
you know who I think might direct this,
Who?
and he could bring Ryan Gosling with him from the project he's currently directing.
I'm not familiar with who Ryan is currently working with right now.
Keep thinking.
I'm looking it up, is what I'm doing, so I don't look like an idiot.
We talked about this project
We did.
very very recently. It's coming out in
Are you just saying this is gonna be Sean Levy?
2027. Yeah,
Okay.
it could be.
Uh,
It could be. It seems like a Marvel move to me.
I think everybody just collectively said not Sean Levy in the chat. I think Sean's
I
good
don't
on
want.
Deadpool
I
movies.
hate him as a director. Just to preface this, but
I
I
I
think
would.
I think
Mhm.
Marvel could make that move, and he could bring Ryan Gosling with him.
Is that what we want? Is that would we rather just have Ryan
It's not
Gosling? Is
what I
that what it
want,
takes?
but it might be what Marvel wants. And Sean Levy is a person who brings in money in the box
Yeah, it's
office.
true. That is true. Kind of regardless of what you want to say about him, he does somehow just make enough money on projects. Lord and Miller would be great. I just assume that they would be
Oh
doing
yeah, everyone in the chat actually
Spider-Man
did
stuff.
say.
Would Lord and Miller not want to just continue to do Spider-Verse stuff? Because I know there's other stuff coming out past
Oh,
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I mean, after Project Hail Mary, they probably want to do more temple films,
Yeah, but I feel like
like
Sony
live action.
hired them, right? Didn't Sony hire them to like just do Spider-Man stuff for them in general? Were they not
Uh,
EPs? I think
as
they were EPs on
as
Spider Noir.
producers, but I think they have enough time to do a blockbuster film because they did with Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. Holy crap! The chat popped off over that over the Sean Levy stuff.
Yeah,
Have you talked about what the new Magneto's genocide thing will be since he will be young now? I assume that they will just do the Holocaust still. I thought about it for like 3 seconds and I said something. I said what I say. It might be a gay rights thing, and I'm like, they're not gonna do that. Like it was really quickly. Like I was just like, they're not gonna do that. I can't see them not doing Holocaust.
I don't think they're gonna change his story. Well,
I think it's a misstep.
I guess they
If they
kind of
do.
have to if he's young, but
If it's not in
they
a
might
retro
just
futuristic like 60s world.
yeah. But again, it doesn't make sense. Why would you do these time maneuvers
If
with
they're
your
all
character?
in the Fantastic Four universe and Jean Grey's in their universe because she's from the Fantastic Four universe, and that sets up an incursion, it all connects to the to Doomsday.
I guess, but
You
do
know,
you want Sadie Sink to be a variant this early on? To have
well,
a
she
variant?
wouldn't really be a variant. There's no MCU counterpart to her, right? So she's just the Jean Grey of the Fantastic Four universe,
Well, there
just like
is because
Fantastic Four is
she's
just
in
the
Brand New
Fantastic
Day,
Four.
and this Jean Grey from Brand New Day is
That's
stuck
what I'm
in
saying.
this new
Yes.
universe.
And that's why an incursion happens in the MCU, which could kick
Okay,
off all of Doomsday as a whole.
I
I'm
don't
not
see
saying that's what's going
how
to happen,
she'd be
but
stuck in 616. Um, I mean, she could be stuck in this universe, but
I think it's likely that they reboot into a 60s universe with the characters that we know, but now they're in the 60s.
yeah,
I don't know if that's crazy to say. That's what I personally believe. Um, Patrick Wilson Strauss, yeah, we just covered that. I don't I
I
think it would
don't
be a
think
good casting. Cole said no. But we
I
don't think
didn't
it's
say
true.
no. I said I don't think it's true.
Yeah. Well, you also did say you didn't like it, to be fair.
And APOC tweeted that he's got a few more.
A few more scoops. Tell him to drop it right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Um,
he's not gonna reveal everything he has right now. I can tell
yeah,
you that
I
much.
mean, uh, I haven't seen P. Wilson in much. Me neither.
But
I
yeah,
saw him in
I
Conjuring. I saw him in
Aquaman
Aquaman.
1 and 2.
Yeah, that might have been it,
I'm,
honestly.
but in terms of Nova, I'm not familiar with this character. Um, I'm not familiar with a lot of Marvel characters outside of the A-listers, so I don't know what to expect from it.
Yeah.
Michael Waldron is writing it, which means he's probably getting specific directions on where to take the film from Marvel and Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
That's all I really can say on that. And then it's just all theories from there, like who would be directing and stuff like that. I could see Kate Aaron directing
Directing
Nova.
Nova?
She's currently directing the Sims movie. I don't know
This,
where
the what? The what?
you didn't know about this.
No.
She's directing
Bro,
a The
Hollywood's out of
Sims.
ideas, bro.
She's directing a The Sims movie with Margot Robbie.
Tell APOC to drop one of them so you'll have an exclusive scoop. I don't think we need an exclusive scoop. This has been a very successful live stream for us. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we need. Honestly, I have to go soon anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
me too.
best if he drops it. You know, drop it tomorrow. Um, I guess.
But yeah, I
I
could
don't
see
know.
Kate Herron directing Nova because she's obviously directed the Michael Waldron script before with Loki.
Yes.
Um, I don't know what the process is on the Sims movie. Maybe it gets put on a back burner for her to do Nova. Then again, if we obviously see that a lot of these Marvel movies keep getting delayed with Blade and everything, especially if they, you can't really count on the movie to come out anytime soon if they announce it at San Diego Comic Con, even with a release date.
Yeah.
Um, so it could take a while. Um, but yeah, I think it's definitely interesting that we heard about this before San Diego Comic Con.
TJ just said they might want to introduce the Shi'ar Nova. I don't know if you know who the Shi'ar Empire are. If so, please watch X-Men '97 because they talk about it. But I would say the Shi'ar Empire might be what they're adapting uh, for the X-Men stuff. That might be the like a cosmic threat for the X-Men to face.
Yeah,
Um, and that would kind of connect to Nova being a project too.
right.
About some Pink Panthers being in the Daniels next movie, is that true? Wait, where'd you get that from?
I don't think that's true.
Oh my
Since it's
god, yeah,
coming from
Deadline reported that as well. That's
oh well,
amazing. Alongside Matt Damon of all people. Okay. I love it. That's fun. That's campy. I like it.
shit. There's a lot of stuff
Film
going on.
news. This is crazy. Everyone dropped everything on a crisp Monday afternoon.
Yeah,
Um,
it's true. Yep.
I think I'm good to end the stream because it is 5 o'clock now and I have
Yeah,
stuff to do.
I'm good too.
But thank you everybody for watching. Emergency streams are going to happen from time to time. We just kind of determine, okay, we've got enough news. Let's go. We're going to be
Yep.
live later this week, probably just normally. We are also, I'm still doing the Spider-Man streams every single day that I can. And we are also going to be doing San Diego Comic-Con live streams next week for both
Yep.
Lanterns and Marvel Studios.
Friday. I forget the hours.
It's like 1 o'clock, I think, for Lanterns, and then 8 o'clock for
No,
Marvel.
no, no. That's specific. I think
Oh,
Lanterns is 4:30 our time.
okay, and then Marvel, I know, is still 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Yeah, Marvel's the prime time Saturday, 8 p.m. We'll be streaming both with our live reactions, and I guess we'll try to get like maybe a Twitter feed for breaking
I'll have
news.
Twitter up.
I don't expect anything much for Lanterns, but I think we'll get a Lanterns trailer, and we can live
Yeah,
react to that once that hits the timeline.
yeah. I might be able to clip that as like a recording. Uh, we'll see. Wait, are the Lanterns leaks real? We're not going to cover that. Um, we'll just wait for the show to come out at this point. It's coming out in a month. We'll have thoughts on everything once the show actually airs. We will probably do live streams or some sort of coverage for it too, for sure.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, that's I don't know how to end the stream. I, make sure
Adam
to like,
Driver
subscribe.
Magneto
Adam Driver,
and
Magneto, Nova.
Michael Waldron Nova.
Uh, yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below. See you guys in the next main pod episode. Peace.
Peace.